Not far from the jungle, which surrounds the beautiful French Oriental city of Saigon, in the rich delta land of Mekong River, lies the South Vietnamese village of Ban Hoa. Ban Hoa is a farming community. No one is rich here, but no one is hungry either, though for hundreds of years the people have not greatly changed their primitive methods of farming the rich delta land. The villagers visit nearby Saigon from time to time, but mostly they remain close to home. This is Tron, the drayman, and his small son Chan. And this is Lu Ding, the farmer, and his neighbor Nam Quang Hoc. And this is Henry Detweiler of Yeager, Pennsylvania, USA, known to the people of Ban Hoa as the Giant American. Henry was sent to South Vietnam through the combined support of American foundations, private individuals, and industry long before the Peace Corps program became a reality. He's a farm boy and an agricultural college graduate. He speaks good French and bad Vietnamese. He has learned the customs of the villagers, has adopted their manner of speech, and even to an extent, their Oriental philosophy. Henry has lived in Ban Hoa 2 years, eating rice and sleeping on the ground, and working 84 hours a week for $75 a month. And this is the place of the bath. It is not yet the hour of the bath when all the village of Ban Hoa comes to the river. The laundresses come early to miss nothing. And the girl, Bei Kai, has lately fallen into the curious habit of bathing early, before the social hour of the bath. This has been remarked upon in the village. It's a lovely, peaceful life, the life of Ban Hoa. Yet these peaceful, hard-working, dignified people live in the shadow of dreadful terror lurking in the jungle everywhere around them. A terror known as the Viet Cong. Trained in Red China to be the deadliest guerrilla fighters in the world and dedicated to the conversion of South Vietnam to Asian communism, they tie down 10 times their number of army troops. They live off the rich land and kill without mercy all who dare oppose them. By day, the jungle conceals them, and by night, they strike. This is a patrol of the Viet Cong. They have encountered regular Vietnamese army troops and sustained casualties. And now, like a wounded beast of prey, they are doubly dangerous. The all-important social event is beginning for the villagers, the daily hour of the bath, which no one in Ban Hoa would miss.
It's nothing, Luke. You'll find these small fish I brought you will multiply rapidly in the shallow waters of your rice paddies in your pond. And they'll make a pleasant addition to your family's diet.
Your generosity is appreciated. Nevertheless, I think I shall not place them in my paddy, nor in my pond.
Oh? Well, that, of course, is for you to decide, Luke. Still, I see no reason why these fish would be distasteful on your table. It would increase my knowledge if I might understand it.
It is said in the land that your compatriots who live and work among us as you do have introduced these fish in other villages. When too they have multiplied rapidly, and the people have eaten them freely and with pleasure.
It is truly said, Luding.
And it is also said that wherever the men of Vietnam have eaten of these fish, they have had no more sons, no more children to help them in the field. And it is said that the Americans wish to control our population and to deprive us of our children.
By whom are these things said, Luding?
Does it matter?
No. No, it does not matter by whom these things are said. It matters only that they're heard and believed, and that he who says them is mistaken. Oh, but he is mistaken. He who says these things of these little fish. And I should know.
Huh? So?
You see, my foolish Uncle Fritz, whom I think I may have spoken to you before.
Yes, you have told us often of your Uncle Fritz.
So, well, my Uncle Fritz heard this thing said once also of these little fish. And at the time he had already 11 children, and he did not want any more.
11? It is a good number. Enough to work even the largest farm. And so?
So my uncle obtained a pail of these little fish, exactly like the ones I brought to you. And he placed them in his rice paddy back home in Pennsylvania. And they multiplied very rapidly. There was always enough to feed the entire family.
It is like the miracle of the loaves and the fishes. Truly, if there were no harm in eating them, these fish would be a boon to us. But I do not yet have 5.
Hush! Oh, Luding. You know that when a giant American speaks of his foolish Uncle Fritz, there's always an amusing ending to the story. Continue, please.
Well, my aunt ate often of the little fish, and so did my 11 cousins. But my uncle, because he'd been told to eat of them would prevent more children, ate them for every meal. 3 times a day for 7 years, my uncle ate nothing but rice and fish, fish and rice.
And what happened to your Uncle Fritz in those 7 years of eating the little fish?
My youngest cousins, Otto, Hansel, Paul, Katrina, David, Millicent, and Frederick.
It is amusing, this story. Nevertheless, one must not ignore what is said of these fish in this land. No, I am not yet inclined to plant them in my paddock.
Nor I in mine. But regard, Luding. It appears one now has arrived who is bathed early and dressed in her best. To delight who dies, thank you.
I could not possibly imagine. Tell me, O giant American, what is it your eyes have found to regard, which give you such pleasure as your face reveals?
Be still, my lovely. It's the Viet Cong.
Do not move, any of you. Now hear my words, and hear me well. We are leaving with you two of our comrades who have been wounded. You will care for them tenderly. For if either one dies, we will return and exact 10 lives for one. Do you understand this? Also, when the troops of the imperialist Ngo Jin Jiem arrive in pursuit of us, you will tell them that you have not seen the Viet Cong here. If you do not, our comrades will inform us, and then you must all die. You may all remain in your bath unharmed, all except the one imperialist, warmongering American I see among you. This one is your enemy, and he will come forth now and die. Come forth, American pig.
You're in an alien land. You're not allowed to stir up trouble, Henry. Not even fight in your own defense. These Asian friends of yours are still so different from you. Because of their pride, you teach by indirection and 100 little subterfuges. And because of their acceptance of the inevitability of death, they won't help you now, Henry. They will let you die. You've known Trong, the drayman, and his son Chan for almost 2 years. Will they let you die?
It would not be polite to inquire.
And would it be polite for me to inquire of you, Trong, what it is your son desires to know that you consider would not be polite for him to ask me?
He is too curious. It is his age. He must learn not to be inquisitive about things that do not concern him. He wishes to know what it is that you are eating which is so difficult to swallow.
It is as you say, Trong. The frog is ragged and the odor is bad. It's the infection my father calls in English the thrush. The horse has perhaps been standing too much in the wet or in soiled straw in his stable.
Ah, so it is possible. And in the wisdom of his years, how would your honorable father treat such an infection?
Well,
I do not lose faith in profiting by the wisdom of your venerable father, O giant American. Though you do well in adopting the manner of a respectful son. Can you heel my horse?
My father would pack the frog with Stockholm tar in tow. I think I have some in my kit.
They will let you die. Let you die. Let you die. This man with whom you have worked side by side in the fields, will he let you die?
It is finished. We have done enough work for 3 men today, oh giant American. Your Uncle Fritz, for all his foolishness, knows much about ditches and the water. I'm glad he taught you so well.
I, too. Ah, that river's going to feel good today.
Tell me, is it the same in your country? The hour of the bath?
No, not exactly. We bathe, too, at the end of the day's work, but each of us bathes alone in his own house.
Alone? But what of the gossip, the events of the day? The sociable hour of bathing with the one's neighbors? Surely you cannot mean it.
I'm afraid it's true. And I shall miss your hour of the bath when I return to my country. But I shall tell of it to my neighbors, so that they will know that we, too, have much to learn from you.
It is true, evidently. Perhaps it is well that you have come among us.
They will let you die. Let you die. Let you die. And Bei Kai, whom you've come to know so well, will she let you die?
Allow me to do that for you, O giant American. It is no task for the strong hands of a man.
Nor for his clumsy fingers. Thank you, Bei Kai. You're very kind.
It is nothing. It is a pleasure. You have been a long time among us. You must long to return to your country.
No. Not really. When I left home, I wasn't sure how I'd feel being so far away. But now, even if I do go home someday, it won't be to stay. I shall always want to come back.
But you must surely have a girl waiting for you.
No.
No girl?
No, no girl. Many girls.
Many girls, no girl? It is the same thing. Here is your shirt. It is mended. If you tear it again, send it to one of your many girls in America.
going to let you die.
American! Meddlesome, warmongering American! You come here to train the troops of the accursed Ngorjin Gem and to arm them. And today these troops have killed one of my comrades and wounded 2 others. And for this, I now kill you.
No! He is no soldier. He is only a farmer like us. And he is a doctor, too, the only doctor in Benoit. He heals us with the miraculous medicines of the Americans. Only the American can save your wounded comrades.
No doubt the girl lies, but it will not be difficult to make sure. A peaceful farmer who is also a doctor will have calluses unlike those of a soldier. Your hands, American pig. This is for your vile, interfering, warmongering country. Doctor! Now get up and heal my comrades with all your skill. For if either one dies, then all the men of this village will die. And you will die over a period of weeks. A spoonful at a time. Comrades, let us march on.
No part of a doctor, you know. They gave me a course in first aid, and I treated the stock at home a little. But these are seriously wounded men in need of a real doctor, a surgeon. I can't.
Is it Oriental fatalism, the stoic acceptance of what fate may bring of life or death? Or is it that they blame you, the alien among them? Are they thinking that they might not be in this predicament if you weren't here, if Americans stayed in America? Have you ever got to them at all? Can you ever get to them? Or must you always be an unwelcome alien here? You're a long way from Jaeger, Pennsylvania, Henry Detweiler, and you're all alone. Well, almost alone.
But of course you can. You are indeed a fine doctor, as many of us know well. Namquam Hawk, who could only hobble on a stick for weeks until his foot healed.
I cleaned out a cut and dusted it with sulfa powder. That doesn't make me a doctor.
And little Chan, the son of Trong, who would have died because he could not catch his breath, except that you were here?
Bekai, you don't understand. It's not the same thing. These men need a doctor, a surgeon.
I understand that you can do it. None of us can even attempt. And that you will do it, and that you must. And I will help you. You are our doctor, O giant American. And I will be your nurse. Oh, I know how. I have seen it many times in the movies.
Easy. Now, let's see. If it had hit your jugular, you'd be dead already, wouldn't you? Since you aren't, I guess it didn't. Bay guy, hand me a towel.
Yes, Doctor.
What's wrong with your voice? Thank you, nurse. There. Help me turn him over. I want to get him lying face down so he won't choke. This and a short prayer. That's all we can do for him.
He will live.
Probably. Don't have much of a singing voice, though. Hey, Kai, before I look at the other one, will you ask some of the people to please go home, or at least go outside and pull the blinds down? This man isn't Vietnamese.
He is from Red China. One of those who train the young men of North Vietnam.
I didn't know the Chinese actually fought with the Viet Cong. I thought all...
What is it?
I don't think there's anything I can do for a wound like this. I don't think there's anything anybody could do. His knee's been practically shot away. It's a wonder he hasn't bled to death. This must be a piece of a grenade. This lump here. See if I can get it out.
You look concerned, oh giant one.
I am concerned. This man's going to lose his leg. If he doesn't get to a hospital soon, he's probably going to lose his life, too.
I too think he will die. And of course the Viet Cong will be angry. Though I do not think they will kill us all. But you sound concerned not only for us, but for him, your enemy.
But he's hurt and helpless. He's not our enemy, Bakai.
That is not practical.
No, I guess it isn't. Got it.
patient.
This man's leg has to come off right away, Bakai. Got to get him to a hospital, or at least to a doctor.
It is not possible. There is no hospital and no doctor near than Saigon. And no one will allow these men to be removed from this place.
Well, why not?
You heard what the Viet Cong ordered. They must not be seen.
What have you got here?
I have hot water in your razor.
Thank you, Bakai.
I will shave you.
I can shave myself.
You will not. I will shave you. Now, you will sit back and relax and rest a little. You need it. And besides, I wish to.
There must be some way we can save them, Bakai.
Be still, please. There is no way.
We are the patrol from Saigon. Have the Viet Cong been here? Forward, forward.
It is the soldiers.
Do they have a doctor with them?
I do not know. They will be told nothing. It has been so ordered.
Bakai, if there's a doctor with him, he may be able to help.
No! You will not speak to the soldiers. You will remain here and keep still until they are gone.
If you get to a doctor quickly, you have a chance of living. If you don't, you're going to die. Do you understand that?
It is not important that I live or die. What is important is that the soldiers do not know yet that the Viet Cong have been here.
What's the difference? Your friends have had a 12-hour head start. They're miles away by now. All right, so you're ready to die. But what about your buddy here? He's just a kid, and he's not going to live much longer if he doesn't get to a doctor. Now, how about giving him a chance?
Time has come, and let him die. It does not matter.
It matters to him.
Does not matter. Even to him. This kid, as you call him, has killed many of our enemies. He has something that he is proud to die for. He's been part of the advance wave of a new civilization that is to sweep away the old. He has never known anything but rags, hunger, cold, poverty. But he has prepared a better life for those who will follow. This he believes. In such faith lies strength. Shall a man with such faith fear death?
you'll excuse me, I'll see about a doctor for the two of you. First things first, Bakai. We'll worry about reprisals later.
No. You will remain here and be silent. We believe in communism. You Americans haven't believed in anything to the point of self-sacrifice since 1776. You were too fat, too rich, too comfortable. It is easier for you to put up your hands whining and pay tribute to anyone who demands it than resist and risk fighting him, no matter how small and weak he is. So you go on bleeding yourselves dry, too stupid to know that your money buys only contempt while we destroy your obsolete system. Our patrol is outside the village, lying in ambush, waiting for those soldiers. We rely upon the troops of Ngo Dinh Diem to supply us with arms and ammunition. That is why the soldiers must not find us here and be alerted.
It is clear, comrade. When the soldiers pass by this way, we will kill them all with ease.
What if the villagers talk? If the soldiers find Colonel Lee and our comrade Chu?
Then we shall have warning. For our comrade Fong is watching the house, ready to throw his grenades into it.
Us here while our troops march into an ambush and get slaughtered. Well, I got news for you, Buster. You can't hold all of us here. Not with a single-shot Derringer.
Of course not. Fortunately, however, it is not necessary. It is necessary only to restrain you. Observe. No one else is rushing off to warn the soldiers.
But there are soldiers. You can't let them.
You Americans are sentimental, idealistic. We Orientals are practical, fatalistic. Your friends will not warn the soldiers, because if the soldiers attack the ambush and do not succeed in killing all of my comrades, then this village will perish. This is the way your friends reason. Do you understand?
I didn't come here to criticize my friends for their reasoning. Or if they feel so, this is their country and that is their right. But I'm going to give you an example of my reasoning, Buster. We got a saying in my country that goes, never pull a gun on a man unless you intend to shoot him with it. Now that's one bluff you can't afford to have called. My reasoning right now is when a high-ranking troublemaker like you totes around a single-shot pop gun he can hide, he isn't aiming to shoot anybody else with it but himself. In case he gets tempted to answer some questions he shouldn't, huh? Now that thing's at least a .38 caliber. That'll make enough noise to bring our troops in on the run. So I reason you aren't about to shoot, Buster. And I'm calling your bluff. Pick that up, please, somebody. And hold on to it. Our soldiers will want this clown alive.
Do you think your friends will go against the Viet Cong now? You fool. How did you get those bruises on your face? Did they come to your aid then?
Patrol, forward, march.
My friends, will you let me talk to the soldiers? Not only to warn them, but to get a doctor.
There is no doctor with the soldiers, old giant American.
We must warn them. They won't stand a chance.
They are after our soldiers. And it must be considered that the Viet Cong have posted one who even now watches this house. and will destroy our children if anyone calls a warning to the soldiers. This is not for you to do, oh giant American.
No, it is not for you to do.
No, it is not for you to do, oh giant American. It is not for you to sacrifice the lives of these villagers to try to save a few soldiers quite able to defend themselves. You cannot do it. They will not. In common with all the world, American, these people will take your money and despise you for offering it. But they will risk nothing to defend you or your ways. They fear us and respect us. No one fears or respects your country.
Knock it off. You're right. It's not for me to do. Because I'm a guest in this country. And it's not for me to oppose my hosts. And I won't. But let me tell you something, Buster.
Do not address me so!
Why not, Buster? You lost all the face you had around here when you lost your pop gun. Don't you think I understand that? So get this straight, Buster. Friends don't always agree on everything. But these are my friends, understand?
That is heavy automatic fire. We had no such weapons. Trap.
Yes, it was a trap. A trap. We who fear you have dared to set it for you. Yes, we fear you. But you have also boasted that we respect you. Do not confuse respect with hatred.
Yes, you boast to our American friend that you are Oriental as we are. Yet you let it be known that you despise us. You taunt him with his difference, yet you are far more alien to us than he.
When your vicious animal of a comrade brutally beat our defenseless friend, I could not restrain the indignation of my small son. And I did not try. And so my little son followed your comrades and marked their ambush, and then he ran. All night he ran to find the soldiers and to lead them to encircle it. While the few came here to lull the suspicion of your observer, while the others positioned themselves.
We could not let our giant American go out to speak with these soldiers, for fear you or your lookout may raise an outcry and precipitate an attack before the soldiers were ready.
You are forever screaming that the Americans are decadent and finished, and it is your system that will replace theirs. Is. Heaven help us all. But we in Banwa can do little to alter the course of events. We are simple, timid people, content to farm our land and raise our families. We do not think over much of politics and systems. We in Banwa have seen only one American. He does not seem rich to us, nor fat, nor lazy, and is no coward, as even you have seen. He does not offer us money, though he eats as we do, sleeps as we do, and works twice as hard as any of us. And with kindness and wisdom, he has taught us much and helped us greatly and asks for nothing in return. He does not even preach of his system, nor complain of yours. It is therefore clear to us that the giant American loves us all. Though it must be conceded that his affections are not equally distributed among us. And perhaps it is this one for whom he shows a certain preference who will keep him forever among us. And all Banwad would rejoice if this were so. Is the battle over, Major? Did you kill them all?
One got away. The rest are dead.
And my little son?
He's your son, the boy Chan. He's all right. He ran away when the firing started. I think the noise frightened him. Good morning, Colonel Lee. I rejoice to find you still alive, and trust you will refrain from dying on the way to Saigon. My superiors have long been anxious to ask you certain questions.
Oh, giant American, if I could hope for 7 more children in 7 years, as they came to your Uncle Fritz, I think I could stomach a diet of rice and fish.
And I too have considered. I will plant the little fish of the giant American in my rice paddy tomorrow. For a house of many children is a...
Say, oh giant American, what is it your eyes have found to regard, which give you such pleasure as your face reveals?
Very pleasant Vietnamese custom, the hour of the bath. Don't you think?